Hi, this is the Hotbox, telling you that this video might have some sensitive stuff in it, so take a second if you need to and go check out something else. Otherwise, please enjoy the show. We trust professionals. After all, professionals have standards.
Sniping's a good job, mate.
In any field, be it the sciences or the arts, we trust professionals and their experience. And that trust is especially sacred in the mental health community. Being sincere and earnest about the darkest part of ourselves can be scary, much less with a complete stranger. So fostering and maintaining a healthy sense of trust is incredibly important as a therapist. You have a professional duty to the care of your patients. What is not professional is putting your patients on blast anonymously for all of TikTok, and then having the nerve to act like the victim once you're called out for this mistake. So buckle up, sit back, and get ready for the story of sidequesttherapy. Welcome back to the channel, new and returning, young and old, fans, haters, and everyone in between. If you're new here, why not subscribe? It's quick, it's easy, just takes a second, and you can always undo it, but it really does help out the channel a lot, so thank you. And before going forward, I do want to express that this video will contain discussions of mental health as well as trauma. As always, prioritize your own care, and without further ado, let's get right into it. The story of sidequesttherapy begins on TikTok, because where else does everything bad start? I would almost say that Facebook groups are more wholesome than TikTok, but then I remember there are groups of people on Facebook who don't give their kids their shots.
Some groups on Facebook and Instagram are using code words to avoid being detected.
Oh, yikes. Now, I have been made aware that SideQuest's full information has been posted online. However, I believe that doxing in any instance is ugly, so we will be referring to them only as SideQuest. SideQuest posted a TikTok mocking clients' trauma dumping, which, if you're unfamiliar with the term, is defined as when your venting becomes quote-unquote toxic to your friends. Unlike venting, trauma dumping is done in an unsolicited, unprepared way where a person dumps traumatic thoughts, feelings, energy onto an unsuspecting person, whether it be a close friend or a stranger on social media. The key words there obviously being unsolicited, unprepared, and unsuspecting, because I find it difficult to believe that a therapist would be surprised when people who come to them for therapy start discussing their trauma. Allow me to play you the TikTok in question.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. 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 All right, let's go.
Yeah, call me crazy, but I don't think you're gonna find the Holy Spirit at an ally bank. Like, this is so weird, why even use that hashtag? This is such childish and disgusting behavior. Hey guys, it's okay if I make fun of my clients because I did the funny TikTok dance.
Holy Spirit, activate.
When a client wants to trauma dump first session, you mean when a client wants to genuinely talk to you about what they're feeling and going through, and maybe get better? With your help? Yeah, what a strange concept. I wish they had a word for that. Oh wait, not happening on my watch ever again. So from the sounds of it, you're not having another patient ever again? Or alternatively, you run the risk of hurting the very people who come to you for help. Many people already have incredibly complicated and mixed feelings towards therapy. And people like this, professionals in the field who reaffirm some of people's worst anxieties about going to therapy, they paint a bad image and ruin it for people who are in the field that genuinely want to help. Which is why I want to take a moment in the video to talk to anyone who might be struggling right now. While I realize therapy isn't for everyone, if you are considering therapy, please don't let this discourage you from it. Most therapists are not like this and will actively want to work with you. SideQuest's other content included similar posts about their job and profession.
Welcome. Voice activation required.
Thor.
Access denied.
Thor, son of Odin.
Access denied.
God of thunder.
Access denied.
Strongest Avenger.
Access denied.
Strongest Avenger.
Access denied.
Damn you, Stark. Point Break.
Welcome, Point Break.
Yeah, hate to break it to SideQuest, but you ain't no god of thunder. You're more like a courtroom jester, cause this is some clown behavior. You know what strong people don't have to do? Strong people don't have to put the people who trust them on blast behind their back. I genuinely shudder to think how many people went to this person, genuinely trusting them with their problems, their fears, and their traumas, only to find them on TikTok using them as a token to laugh at. That's what makes people feel used, that's what makes people feel jaded, and that's what poisons the well for the rest of us and creates a distrust in the mental health community. People will not help themselves without wanting to help themselves first, and it is very difficult for people to want to accept help if they know that the people offering help do things like this in private. It's not impressive, it's not funny, and I know for a fact it wasn't worth that 700 or so likes you got on TikTok. The internet can already be such a toilet for people's mental health, TikTok included. You open the app to look for recipes and you leave crying about endangered species. Oh, look at him, he's so beautiful and majestic and vulnerable to extinction. Now, at the time of recording this video, sidequesttherapy's page has been wiped from TikTok, and this information is already all a few weeks old. However, I feel it's worth discussing not only for the principle, but in case SideQuest decides to come back under an alternate name, and they do possess one. SideQuest owned an Instagram account by the name of Awakened Mind LLC. At the time of recording this video, it has also been scrubbed. There's only a My Awakened Mind LLC, which is worth at least mentioning. Prior to the scrubbing of the account, it contained content such as this. While it might not be my place to speak entirely, but I feel like an anti-depression kit from a therapist feels a little patronizing, especially given SideQuest's track record. I realize everyone has their own way to cope and their own way to handle stress, but SideQuest therapy seems like the kind of person who would hand you this and think it actually cures your depression like a health pack. A penny so you will never have to say, I'm broke. I mean, a penny is still pretty broke. An eraser so you can make all your mistakes disappear. Yeah, let me just rub my eraser on my multiple DUIs and my shank wound. A marble in case someone says you've lost all your marbles. What kind of boomer says that? And who's just carrying around marbles these days? What is this, prohibition? A rubber band to stretch yourself beyond your limits. Girl, I wish I could stretch like a rubber band. I've seen Elastigirl. I wish I looked like that. A string to tie things together when everything falls apart. This gives me the same energy as SpongeBob when he made that S necklace for Sandy. A hug and a kiss to remind you that someone's somewhere. Okay, that one's actually sweet. I'm not gonna roast that one. Haha, keep you on your toes. Again, while I acknowledge that everyone has their own way of coping, I have a hard time taking this kind of stuff in good faith from someone like SideQuest. Someone whose first defense is to manipulate people and claim that they are being bullied. I really didn't appreciate being bullied, while your clients didn't appreciate your attitude. And neither do I. This is genuinely the equivalent of playing with fire and being surprised you got burned. Thanks for bullying me while I was in session. Oh, so now you care about your sessions. Now, when they can be used to defend you. Hashtag coffee therapist, yeah, you more like a hashtag cockroach therapist. Hashtag boundaries, something you clearly have no sense of or respect for. SideQuest's arguments are like those certificates on the wall behind her. She can frame them as pretty as she wants, but they're still meaningless now, and she has her own actions to blame for that. I also want to take a second to mention that in the research of this video, I uncovered another alternate account of hers called Side of Bi. However, that has been scrubbed by now as well, which is for the better. But it's another alias to add to the list to look out for. And while we're talking about actions, I believe this is a good time to illustrate how the careless actions of one person can affect innocent people. SideQuest therapy is the name of another therapy practice, and they seem like a genuinely healthy and nothing but wholesome environment. From the practice's website, gamers, cosplayers, poly, kink, and LGBTQ+ are just some of the groups I love to work with. At SideQuest Therapy, you will never find judgment. In fact, you will find full-fledged encouragement to engage with the world around you in whatever way works best. A firm and an empowering mission statement. So it is awful that the practice had their name co-opted to the point where they had to make clear disclaimers. One on their website saying, quote, SideQuest Therapy has nothing to do with the disgusting person using the TikTok name of @SideQuest Therapy. I have no staff, and if I did, I would never hire someone that sick, insensitive, ignorant, gross, and so completely disconnected from the real purpose of therapy. Unquote. God damn, someone bring marshmallows to the roast. On Facebook, a statement by sidequesttherapy reads, quote, apparently there is a disgusting person using the moniker of @sidequesttherapy in her TikTok videos. I barely know what the heck that means. Aw. That's sweet. I've been answering emails and complaints being dropped off on my website explaining that she has nothing to do with me. I'll leave this pinned here in the hopes that it helps people understand that this has nothing to do with me. Rest assured that my tiny private practice would never hire someone like her, not just because I could never afford to hire anyone. I have been checking into usage rights, but apparently her account is now deleted. Hopefully we will never hear from her again. Thank you so much for checking in with me. Now, unfortunately, sidequesttherapy is not alone in being someone in the mental health field who finds it funny to make jokes at their patients' expense. That is deplorable, and it is all the more reason for us to speak up when we see these kinds of things happening. As always, do as I say, not as I do, and do your own research. And that is everything I have for you today. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not leave a like and share the video around. Spread the word. Whenever you're watching this, I hope you have a good rest of your day and an even better tomorrow. I love you. And before you say it back, look in the mirror and say it to yourself. And I'll see you in the next episode of whatever I make. And until next time, this has been the Hot Box. Bye. This channel is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Click the link, please. I need to buy bread.
Everything's fine.